Samuel Eto'o, the Lion of Africa. In every generation, a player emerges who transcends the sport. They carry the hopes of a neighborhood, a city, a nation, sometimes an entire continent. His story begins not in a grand stadium, but on the red earth of a small village. This is the journey of a boy who dared to dream, a warrior who conquered Europe, and a president tasked with changing the future. This is Samuel Eto'o. Born on March 10, 1981 in Nkon and raised in the bustling port city of Douala, Samuel Eto'o grew up in a world where football wasn't just a game, it was a potential passport to a better life. The pitch was his classroom, his escape, his obsession. His raw talent was impossible to miss. At just 16, that talent earned him a ticket to the heart of the footballing empire, Real Madrid. But the dream had a harsh reality. In a foreign land, he was a prospect among many. Despite a single fleeting first-team appearance, the path was blocked. Loans to Leganés and Espanyol weren't detours, they were survival, proving grounds where the young striker honed his relentless drive. The boy was becoming a man, and a footballer was ready to be born. In 2000, he found his kingdom. RCD Mallorca wasn't just a club, it was a stage he could own. Here, Samuel Eto'o erupted. His explosive pace, clinical finishing, and fiery personality made him a La Liga sensation. He was no longer a prospect. He was a problem for every defender in Spain. In 2003, he delivered Mallorca's first major trophy, the Copa del Rey, announcing himself as Africa's finest by winning his first African Player of the Year award. The apprenticeship was over. The football world was watching, and one of its giants was about to call. In 2004, Eto'o arrived at FC Barcelona with a point to prove. He joined a renaissance under Frank Rijkaard and alongside magicians like Ronaldinho and a young Lionel Messi. Eto'o was the blade of the attack, ruthless, direct, and devastating. He was the engine of a new dynasty, winning back-to-back league titles and, in 2006, the UEFA Champions League. But his greatest Barcelona chapter was written under a new visionary, Pep Guardiola. In a season of historic perfection, Eto'o was indispensable. He scored the crucial opening goal in Rome, sealing the treble. He had reached the summit of club football. Yet, in a shocking twist, his journey there was over. He was about to become the ultimate pawn in the biggest transfer swap of the era. Traded to Inter Milan for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, many saw it as a step down. Samuel Eto'o saw it as a new conquest. Under the demanding genius of Jose Mourinho, he transformed. No longer just a striker, he became a soldier, playing on the Eto'o wing, tracking back, sacrificing for the team. It was a testament to his towering football intelligence. In 2010, he made history. Again. Winning another treble with Inter, he became the only player to achieve the feat twice, consecutively, with different clubs. It was the ultimate validation of a champion's adaptable will. The following years were a globe-trotting testament to his enduring star power. A record-breaking move to Anzhi Makhachkala in Russia. A productive Indian summer in the Premier League with Chelsea and Everton. A final act as a veteran star in Turkey. Through every stop, the class remained, the goals came, and the legend grew. In September 2019, the playing chapter closed. But for Samuel Eto'o, the fight was just entering a new arena. For Cameroon, Eto'o was more than a player. He was a force of nature. The Olympic gold in 2000. 2 Africa Cup of Nations titles. The nation's all-time leading scorer. He carried the indomitable Lions on his back for nearly 2 decades. But his relationship with the national team was a complex love story, marked by ecstatic triumph and very public disputes with a federation he often deemed corrupt or inept. He fought for his teammates' rights, often putting himself in the crossfire. He was a leader who roared, even when it made him a target. He retired from the pitch, but not from the battle for Cameroonian football. In December 2021, Samuel Eto'o achieved what many thought impossible. He was elected president of the Cameroon Football Federation. The striker was now the executive. The critic was now in charge. His mission: to clean house, modernize the game, and build a legacy from the grassroots up. It is perhaps his most daunting challenge yet, facing the very systemic issues he once protested against. So, what is the legacy of Samuel Eto'o Fils? It is written in trophies and records few will ever match. It is etched in the fearless way he stood against racism and injustice. It is heard in the roar of a continent that saw one of its own dominate the world. But perhaps most importantly, it is seen in the light in the eyes of a child in Douala, Nkon, or Yaoundé who looks at his journey and sees a path from the dust to the stars and back again, to build the road for those who follow. The player has rested. The president is at work. The lion's story continues. Samuel Eto'o Fils,